Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 19th of June. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Whitehaven Coal, National Australia Bank, Coles, Arena REIT and Accent Group. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our best recommendations come out on Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report. So make sure you're getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management, so if you'd like to have a managed account with me, then please let me know. And the advice here is general only. So we've got the daily chart here of Whitehaven. We could see that for a period of time there it was forming a very clear downtrend line, but that was broken in May, so it broke above that line in May. It's been making higher highs, higher lows, doing all the right things. Seems to be finding a bit of resistance here near $6, but seems to be holding up pretty well, and I think it still looks like it can head higher. Okay, NAB, so really good bounce off the lows, like a lot of stocks. Seems to be finding a bit of resistance at this gap, this sort of February gap, so it's hit that. Has come back a bit. The other interesting point is that there was a bit of an uptrend line here for a while, and it's also hugging or testing the underneath of that line. So pretty clear that there's resistance here. We're going to get some consolidation, possibly a pullback, but obviously if it can break above this line, that would be a bullish sign. Coles, we'll start with the weekly. So we could see that there was a very clear line of resistance there for a period of time, and it broke above that earlier this year. So you'd expect possibly even more of a rally than this over time. Short term, we're seeing a bit of a reversal. So you could see that sort of bearish candle here. If we move to the daily, sort of dropped this amount in 3 days, and in about a month's time, it still hasn't recovered yet. So, sort of struggling to head higher. I'd say that, we could possibly see it back towards $20. I mean, if it breaks to the upside, it does need to sort of make a new high pretty soon. But otherwise, you might get a bit of a dip closer to $21. So ARF, so if we have a look at the weekly, pretty range bound. So look, not really exciting. I mean, I can sort of make out recently some clear trend lines. From this low here in 2023, you've had a bit of an uptrend, very clear sort of channel there. It broke that, got into a downtrend, so then you have your downtrend line. And now it seems to be breaking above that downtrend line, breaking out. So looks like it can head higher. I think ultimately we want to see it hold on to this low here. We don't want to see it dip back under and take out these lows from sort of late May, early June. If it does that, that's a negative. Otherwise, at the moment, it looks like it can hedge higher. But overall, longer term, it's pretty range bound. Okay, AX1, 5-year chart. It's gone nowhere, so the longer term chart didn't look good, didn't look inspiring. We could see the big sell-off here in the last week or two, but it was struggling well before then anyway. So already signs that something was amiss. So a big drop here. It's getting close to these lows from 2022. Near $1.20, so it's a bit oversold. Look, a lot of volume on the way down, so that's not a good sign. But getting close to $1.20, it might bounce in the short term. But beyond that, it's too hard to make a call on whether it's going to bounce there and then do something like this. It might just bounce for a few days or a few weeks and then just resume its downwards movement. So overall, not looking very good. Okay, that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and we'll try to cover it next Thursday.